So starting things off, we're taking a look at Valorant running with the lowest in-game graphics settings. That's usually how I end up running the game. We do have the experimental sharpening and the enhanced clarity features turned on though. But it really seems like this game in particular loves the increased clock speeds of the CPU here thanks to that higher TDP. And of course the frame times look absolutely fantastic. It's pretty much the perfect game to pair with a system like this because this does mean that we could actually utilize a high refresh rate monitor and get full advantage out of it. And this does also carry over into CSGO, though to a slightly lower extent. We do see a little bit worse in terms of 1% lows, and even the averages are a little bit lower. But for the most part, the experience of actually playing it feels pretty much identical in the sense that both of them feel absolutely smooth and perfect to play on here. And like I said, both of these games are really the most ideal to pair with a system like this because you're able to actually fully take advantage of a high refresh rate display. Of course, the game that I always love taking a look at, it is Alien Isolation because it is one of my favorite games from one of my favorite franchises, and it just plays really well on really just any system out there. In this system with this APU, we are able to actually play the game at the ultra graphics settings and still get a pretty much 60 FPS average. That does mean that if we do want to play around with some of the graphics settings, we could push this to an above 60 FPS average without really sacrificing much at all in terms of the visual quality. Another game that actually ran really well on here was Forza Horizon 5. It was running at the lowest in-game graphics settings, but we weren't using any kind of upscaling or anything like that. At just the native 1080p resolution, we were practically at a 60 FPS average, and our 1% lows are not that far off from our averages, which means we would actually get a really rock-solid experience here. And you'll see that throughout the benchmark here, the frame time charts look pretty remarkable, as flat as you would want them to be, and this is realistically the most ideal situation. And we didn't have to rely on FSR or CAS upscaling to actually get a decent FPS in this game.